together soon. I'm resting with the angels, they'll carry me to you. Relax, my dear, we'll see each other soon. We'll meet up in the heavens, I'll wait alone for you. Oh, I hear them say the angels are calling me back home. Good night, my dear, be still your worried heart. Keep me in your prayers, we'll never be apart. Take heed, sweet love, you'll never be alone. I'm watching from the heavens to keep you safe from harm. Oh, I hear them sing, the angels call to me. And when their trumpets play, the angels will carry me back home. Oh, I hear save yourself, for the devil's on his way. So you pray, but you can't hide. You can't hide when evil calls your name. Salvation when the heavens meet the grave. So you wait, but you can't hide. You can't hide when evil calls your name. The bells for thee shall toll, the fall of heaven's gate, the rise of the unjust, as the wicked have their way.
race from the woods to the plate. Ain't never went hungry, ain't never too late to come around here, son, running your mouth. You can fuck around and find out. You can fuck around and find out.
You may make it through the snakes, snares, and alligators, but once you get to the gate, you can't depend on your waiters, cause you'll be over your tater. I'm talking growing tomatoes, feeding the worms I fish with later. I'll have a fish stick plate over a 6-foot grave before I take a knee as our anthem plays. My hands on my heart, I stand on what I say, and my Second Amendment handles what I can. I ain't trying to be Billy Badass or talk shit, I'm just saying, there's the line, don't cross it. I got a Red Ryder gun when I was 3, so I don't run or hide from anything. Bitch, I'm a red, white, and blue collar boy from the South. You can fuck around and find out.
Love my country, love my freedom. Fuck a welfare, now I don't need them. Shotgun race from the woods to the plate. Ain't never went hungry, ain't never too late to come around here, son, running your mouth. You can fuck around and find out.
Oh, Jay.
You can fuck around and find out.
If they looking for me, well, they know where to find me. I'll be half drunk, strapped up in a whitey. I can show you if it's needed. When you see it, you'll believe it. If you don't love it, you can leave it. Michael Jackson, you can beat it. F-A-F-O, I teach you how this game go. Different joints, same smoke. Wake up, wear the same clothes. Real redneck, I'm a piece of white trash. Blue collar boy, but my lady's high class. Got the music way up loud with a cigar in my mouth. Fuck around and come find out how we do it.
Good evening, everybody. Guess this thing's working. I don't know. I popped it up live early to see if it get out there, but it doesn't look like it. Anyway, that's fine. We'll give it a few minutes, let everybody get in here, and then we'll get started. By the way, Absentee will not be joining us tonight. He is out of town on some personal stuff. Supposed to have Saxman on here. If any of y'all out there in the group wants to come on here, just holler at me. I'll kick the link out there. You can jump on. We'll have a little bit of fun. So we're going to talk about a couple things. First off, no grain, no gain. That'll be in reference of Ukraine and Russia. And then, of course, we'll talk about the Carlee Russell situation. Whether you think it's a hoax or whether you think it's real. See here. See if I can get this link sent out to a couple people. I think Saxman's beating up Scotty over there trying to get on here. So before we get started, I would like to put a disclaimer out for YouTube. This is a comedy/information channel. Therefore, we will try to back up everything that we say by facts or reference websites. We are in no way medical experts or investigators. So everything that we say on here is by general opinion only. So that's the way we're going to roll with it. Other than that, let's talk about it. So while we wait on Saxman, we'll talk about Ukraine situation a little bit. So apparently Russia has cut off grain trade with Ukraine. Then immediately after, I believe they struck their grain housing facility with a missile strike today. Let me check that to verify. So yes, that is confirmed. 2 killed by Russian shelling at the Ukraine grain silos. Man, is anybody out there? I think we're getting blocked again. By the way, YouTube, that is a reference to CNN. What's up, Sax man? Hello.
Hey, yeah,
Hey, bud.
sorry.
Oh, you're good. Nobody's here. Me and you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, T's out of town.
Yep. I
So-
put an announcement out and a disclaimer to YouTube that we are a comedy / news review, and we'll try to support everything with facts, and that it is generally our opinion. So, no need to fact check us.
There you go.
But yeah, we've been live 12 minutes, 13 minutes.
Like I said, I totally meant to come on and like, hey, talk to you before. But yeah, like I said, I went over there. I'm house sitting. Came back over here, ate for a second. Yeah.
No worries. It looks like we're being shadow banned anyway. So, you know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
I probably should not have put Carlee Russell in the caption.
Carlee Russell review.
Yeah. No, that's going to get blocked. They don't want the truth out about that. Or
Right.
opinions, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, jeez.
I would like to get some female thoughts on this. What's up, Sawyer? So, I'm going to try to enlist somebody real quick. Let me see. What's up, Hillbilly? How's it going, brother?
Yeah, on the Russell thing, I saw just a little bit about that. But yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so let's talk about the grain situation first a little bit
Sure.
and the effect. And then we'll kind of go into the Carlee Russell, because that's kind of a juicy story that I'd like to talk about. Because, I mean, when my wife first told me about it, and then, I was like, it seems a little weird, you know?
Right.
And then she showed back up home unscathed, which was really fucking weird. But, yeah, we'll talk about that. So, apparently Russia pulled out of the grain deal, right, with the Ukraine.
Right.
And that was yesterday, right? And then immediately today, they shelled their grain silos and manufacturing. So just so everybody's aware, grain or wheat or anything like that, that's what Ukraine is known for. That's their highest percentage of output is that type of material. So it could be detrimental to the world, actually. I think it's a pretty high percentage that comes from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Well, you remember what was it back during the late '80s Russia was going through Russia itself, we were having to export our grain stuffs over there because Russia was having such a hard time. And back then they had their hands, elbow deep up into Ukraine because they still were part of the Soviet Union and or, were influenced by them.
So I'm looking it up to get some hard facts. So Ukraine is responsible for more than 50% of the world's trade in grains.
Jeez,
That's pretty stout.
that's huge.
And I mean it breaks it down. They're 10% of the wheat, 15% of the corn, 13% of barley. Oh my God, Bud Light can't be without all that.
Right.
And then also 50%. Actually, it is also the main player in sunflowers and sunflower oils and all those that are combined, which we talked about that a little bit last live. So yeah, hillbilly, absolutely. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but so they're kind of quick shotting, trying to get the Ukraine into NATO. We've had several warnings from Putin on this situation that it would lead to disaster. I mean, ultimately, let's just call it what it is: war, right?
Absolutely.
So we've got World War III right on the cusp, right? So any minute now, basically. All right, so I got a special guest coming on here. Ta-da!
Hey.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on there, Palmetto? So the women's perspective, we're talking about the grain right now, currently, over in Ukraine, right? So they make up like 50% of the world's grain output. So everybody that loves their Wonder Bread and shit, it's about to go away, possibly. So if you want some Sara Lee, some pumpernickel, all that shit, you better go stock up. But anyway, so we're going to go into the Carlee Russell. Have you been following that, Palmetto?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when we go into that, I would like to get more of a female persuasion on that kind of perspective, because there's a little bit of suspect going on there, in my opinion. This is my personal opinion. Okay. So I want to go into that. But anyway, before we get into that, so Hillbilly mentioned everybody prepping and everything. So currently, NATO is trying to rocket ship Ukraine into NATO.
Fuck NATO. They need to be disbanded.
So I'm with you. I'm completely. Basically, it's just one big ass circle jerk, and the United States is the pivot man, in my opinion. So
I concur.
Putin has said many times that if Ukraine joins NATO, it's going to be an all-out fight.
Yes, sir, he did.
So they're pushing them in, and the whole reason that Putin initially postured up on the lines, right, on the border, was because of NATO talks. If I remember correctly, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he was willing to attack them just for talking about joining NATO, imagine what he would do speculatively, right, if they do join. It'd be serious consequences.
Consequences and repercussions that he has warned you about, so you get what you get when you FAF.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I try to keep up on military specs and stuff like that as much as possible. Currently, Trader Millie, or whatever you want to call him, said that we don't have the munitions to be able to support a war with one country, let alone two. And currently, we're trying to help Taiwan too. They're sending munitions aid, ship to shore and all that stuff, weaponry over to Taiwan currently. So,
Okay, can I jump in on this for a second?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I was just going to throw something in here that I have been saying this for decades. Being a veteran myself, we put our hands everywhere they don't need to be. And then when it comes at us, we're screwed because the resources are stripped, manpower is stripped, or it's overextended because we're in everybody's business. And we're going to get it. It may not be tomorrow or the next day. We're going to get it.
Oh, I'm 100% support of that acquisition because, look, we got several things going in the negative, right? We've shipped $41 billion in supplies and funds to Ukraine. That's 41 billion, everybody. Okay. Now we're shipping stuff over to Taiwan, defense weapons. Okay. That we can't defend. So you're taking a force that we couldn't defend one country and then splitting it into two. Second thing is our military is not what it used to be. Look, those of you that are in the military, thank you for your service. Okay. Now, those of you that are listening that just joined to get a damn paid for sex change, fuck yourself. Okay. Literally. So that's the thing. If people don't believe that we have a weakened military, they're blind. I think it's down like 50%. Ain't it down like 50%?
As a person that still works with the military, I can tell you right now, recruitment is down, way down. Okay. And the recruits that are coming in, y'all, 20 years ago, you could not have got in the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines are still, anyway, they're woke. Everything has become woke, but they are letting people in with these waivers that basically anybody off the street could come in. Okay. And it is frightening. And with the standards so low, recruitment is still down. It's very frightening, people. Very frightening. I'll leave it there.
Well, and right now, and this is on Army Times. Okay, I'm referencing something. Army Times. The official test rate right now is only 70 percentile that are passing, and you're saying they lowered the standard, right?
They have recruits that come in, and instead of processing onto basic training, they are staying in a company that lets them drop 10 pounds or lets them raise their ASVAB scores because they're dumb as shit. Or, yes. So, bottom line, you have a weakened military. Period. Point blank. Or you got them coming in trying to immediately get back out.
So you're prior military, so you'll have more information on this than me. So if I go into basic training, right, or go in whatever, and
if you enlist,
I enlist, I go through the full process, and I just decide, fuck it, I don't want a part of this. What happens? Nothing.
You stay unless you can prove. But okay, just example. I'm not saying anything classified or confidential here. I'm out on the firing range. This has been a couple of months. And I look, there's there's a group of 4 or 5 trainees, and so I walk up and I said, "What the fuck are y'all standing here for?" And they said, "Oh, we're leaving. We're not firing because we're leaving." And I'm like, "Why are you leaving? Y'all hurt or something?" You know, people do. There are people that actually get injured and have to go home and don't want to go home because they're there for the right reason. They say it's too stressful, so they go talk to the doctor or the primary care, or they go on sick call, and they say it's just too much anxiety, or they're stressed out and they want to hurt themselves or whatever, and they get to go home. Okay, so people, trainees coming in, they try to fail their hearing test or their vision test. They try anything, and my question to them is, and I'm from the old school. What the fuck? Why the fuck did you sign up? Why are you here? Because I sure wouldn't want you in my foxhole, if they even have to dig foxholes anymore. I digress. Um. Uh. Well, they have no reason, and not one guy. I ain't gonna say GD. One gosh darn person has ever told me I signed up to serve my country. Bitch, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm glad y'all going home. So I'm gonna tell you right now, your military's not gonna protect you. Off my soapbox.
No, you're fine, and I'm just trying to get everybody a clear understanding of this. So
If
if
you
you
think
if you
we have a, if you think we have a strong military and they're gonna protect our borders, we can look at the southern border for that shit. But anyway, um, you're wrong. You're sadly mistaken. That's all I got, Vanguard.
okay, so now I'm looking at something else, right? And it's called recycling. This is if you get hurt and it's repairable, right? And they recondition
Correct.
you, and
There are
you're,
recycled.
they run you back through, right? So
Correct.
now what it's saying is, if you have an injury during basic training, rest and recovery, uh, you could possibly be meted out or recycled or moved out of the platoon or to a training group and placed in a medical platoon for longer term care.
That is correct.
So basically, sick leave without leaving.
I'm gonna well each incident is separate, okay? If it's something that's not gonna be fixable, and you also have a choice. You can choose to go home or you can choose to go to these holdover companies. Okay. Or if you get injured in your 4th week of basic training and you don't want to go home, they will recycle you till you're healed. Then they will recycle you at your 4th week. They won't make you go through 1, 2, 3. Are y'all tracking?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay. So each each chapter is different. Each person's injury or story is different onto what they do with you. Now, when you are in basic training, you are not a soldier. Okay. You get injured at basic training. You don't get disability if you go home. You don't get any of that. They will pay to fix what has happened. You don't get any disability. And I think that's a misconception because you're
Right.
not a soldier.
But you get to take your greens home and go get fucking discounts and shit at a McDonald's. Pretty
Not
much.
true. Not true.
Not supposed to, but it happens.
So
Stolen valor and all that good shit. I see many cases of that, by the way. So the actual term for it, everybody I was looking for was a medical discharge. Is the actual military term for it, and
if you
this could
decide
fall under it could fall under physical ailments, medical discharge for depression and other serious mental conditions. So I don't know. I just wanted to see. So
My
back to the
bottom
go
my
ahead.
bottom line for all of this was, if you think we have a strong military that's going to protect you and secure our borders if the fight is ever brought to our homeland, you might want to wake up.
Yeah, let me tell you who you want to go get help from. Everybody out there watching, okay? People like us. That's exactly who you want to seek out. The ones that
Amen.
the ones they're trying to take the ones they're trying to take weapons from, the law-abiding citizens that got all of their 2A pew pews legally, right, and abide by all the laws that are set forth by our great nation, right? So that's the ones you want to cling to, right? Because I mean, it's been said. Everybody's heard the saying, "There's a weapon behind every blade of grass in the United States." That's probably a true fact. That's what they have on paper, show and register per the population of the United States. Now, that number could be a little bit skewed because we've got a lot of illegal immigrants. So, anyway, as Palmetto said, the military, do not rely on the military. And I'm not telling you to go out and start your own military or anything like that, but if shit pops off, get the hell out of the big cities. That's all I do.
Fact.
Don't come to my house. Don't come here. You're not getting none of my spam. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's exactly where I'm headed, and I will ask that farmer.
Well,
He
the
knows
people
where
that's
you're
in
at.
my circle, the people that are in my
That's
circle,
right.
you're more than welcome. Okay. But all you pink hair fucking Fruit Loop fucktards, don't come here. You're gonna become a berm. I'm
You're
saying.
wanna y'all are want to get y'all will want to get in with Mama D, Vanguard, Hillbilly. That's where you want to be.
You got to go where it's gonna be survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest.
So yeah, everybody, y'all keep that in mind. Our military is not what it used to be. The failure rate went up significantly, so they lowered the standards, and people are still not making it, which is
That
kind
is
of
that. Yes, the standards are lower, and they're still not cutting it.
I mean, it doesn't help that a lot of our military leaders now they wear fucking leather dog mask and
Yeah, that right there is bullshit. Yeah, whenever they're getting re upping their contracts and stuff.
I
That
can tell you. I'm sorry, Sack Man.
oh no, you're fine. That's just that right there is bullshit.
I
Those are
will tell you,
officers.
this will give y'all just a little inkling of hope. So I know y'all have heard that, supposed to take it easy on the trainees, can't be as rough as you used to be, all that good stuff. When they're in private, all bets are off.
oh yeah, I'm sure. Because if there's no witnesses, nothing happened.
That's the yeah,
Y'all know what I'm
that,
saying.
that's the motto.
That's right. Just like Bart Simpson
So
used to say, "There's no
and you can't,
video. Didn't happen."
right. And you know, you can't weed out the wheat with the standards that they have in the military. It's not possible anymore to an extent.
So let's short term this. Recap. There's a good chance we're going to be in a war relatively soon. Um, Due to NATO enforcement, is what I'm calling it, because they're definitely pushing for it, right? And Russia's not going to sit idly by. Russia wants Ukraine land back. If they join NATO, that takes a good percentage of chance of that away, right? So they're going to fight for it. I mean, that's all it is to it. And I don't understand why somebody would want to. They're in the middle of a war now, right? Why would you try to pull somebody in? I mean, I understand you see two people fighting on the side of the road. you go get in the middle of it, you're not going to split them up and then take one of them home, would you? It's just not going to happen. What should have happened, and this is my personal opinion, is when Russia started going in there and kicking ass. If Ukraine couldn't handle it, then they should have just surrendered. I mean, countries get conquered all the time. Tribes get conquered all the time. Land gets conquered all the time. That's how it happens. That's how all the nations have become what they have.
You made a damn good point. So why are we jumping in on Ukraine? There's been many. There has been wars that we didn't jump in on. So y'all know what's up. There's been many times. There's been conflict. We didn't jump in and try to get these people in the UN.
Exactly. It's a chosen battle. And there's a reasoning behind it, and we won't ever see it in the next couple of years as the reason is, but I'm pretty sure after somebody loses the election, more shit will come out. I didn't say what election, YouTube, just say it. Okay?
YouTube, y'all fucking suck.
They know. But I put a disclaimer at the beginning of this live so they can't say shit. Put it all out on the table. But anyway, so recap. We're pushing a country into NATO, which could potentially cause a war, right?
Yes.
And we don't have the military to defend ourselves.
Correct.
And what military we do have, we're departing a lot of our aid over to another country, which is Taiwan.
Correct.
So.
Or you've got brigades that are rotating in and out of countries on the border of Ukraine.
Right. Romania, to be exact.
Correct.
And I mean, I've had a lot of aerial activity here, and y'all know where I live. So it's been a lot lately. I mean, I'm pretty sure another one will come over here in just a minute. But that's where we stand, everybody, is the possibility of a war, and then the possibility that we can't win a war. See, our military was supposed to be able to set up to take on one superpower and be able to come out victorious. Now we're splitting what little bit of the power we have left between two allies, or so-called allies, right, with potential invaders of superpowers. China is a superpower. Russia is a superpower. Okay.
Right.
What determines a superpower? They have the ability to kick ass and take names. That's a superpower. Okay. France, not a superpower. Australia, not a superpower. England, not a superpower. China, Russia, America were all listed as a superpower.
I would put America third.
Yeah. Not real happy about it.
Not at all.
So it's pretty sad. So we're just the bearer of bad news. But that's what we're looking at.
We're just telling you the truth. Not what you want to hear, but the truth.
Hey, truth hurts sometimes. If you're not worried about this situation, then you probably need to go see a shrink. I mean, honestly.
I wouldn't go see one of them woke motherfuckers. No.
Well,
they'll be trying to get you to. They'll be trying to put you in a dress, Vanguard, a dress and combat boots. That's an ugly.
There's two people that's not going to make it out of that office. The one that tries and me, because they're going to have to come handcuff my ass.
There you go. Hillbillies just made an excellent point. The only thing that stops us from being invaded is our Second Amendment. They know we have guns.
Yeah, they can't beat us on the ground.
No.
I mean, you got some places they're like, oh my God, somebody, they could come in and attack us and all that. And then you got your rednecks, right? Well, I'll just call it like it is. And you don't have to be Southern to be a redneck, by the way, okay? But you got people that's out there that's like, it's going to hit the news. Well, Russia's invaded. They're going to be like, fuck yeah, I've been waiting my whole life for this shit. You know, they're ready. I mean, nobody's ready for war, but as much as it can be, it's going to be your survivalists, the ones that's out there that knows the land, that knows their weapons, and knows what to do in the situation, the best of their ability. So that's what we're looking at. It's not a matter of if we're going to go to war, it's a matter of when at this point. And I mean, we predicted it right here on this channel that Russia was going to invade Ukraine. You know, they were talking about, oh, they're just posturing up or something like that. And we were all like, nah, they about to go in. And damn if it didn't happen. So, matter of fact, I got a video took down over that shit.
Right.
Just saying.
But yeah, it looks a lot more imminent than a lot of people, than you would think. That pulling out of the whole wheat thing and then saying, yeah, go ahead and try to start shipping grain. Something may happen. I'm not going to say it will, but something probably will happen to your ship. I mean, it's extortion, but they have every right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess everybody better get ready to start eating a bunch of damn rice cakes.
Exactly. I mean, hell, they gave us 20 years of warning, so...
Exactly, 2 decades.
Mm-mm. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes. So, Palmetto's on here to give a female perspective on this. A woman, yes, a woman. Palmetto is a woman, and she knows she's a woman. Okay,
That's correct.
so this Carlee thing, I'm Carlee Russell. I apologize, I did not mean to say it backwards. But so I'm just going to do a brush up on the story, and the only reason I knew about it is because my wife told me about it, and then I went on fucking living my life. But then it started getting all over the news and everything. Then it comes back that it's resolved without any actual detailed information. So this lady in her early 20s was supposedly abducted in Alabama on a interstate or a busy highway, right? So the call went in that a small child in a white t-shirt and a diaper was running on the side of the road, and she pulls over and then magically leaves everything in the car except for her cell phone and her wig. So she left her Apple Watch or smart watch, whatever it was, got out of the car, and then was abducted, right? While she was on a call with her boyfriend's sister or something. Okay. Has any of y'all seen the video footage of the road?
No.
I have not.
So I watched that footage, and it's just a road camera that they have staged up all random places, right? So it shows the car pulling over, flashers on, everything. And to me, it looks like this car travels at least 100 yards on the side of the road, creeping, right? I don't know how good your eyesight is, but in the dark hours, I wouldn't be able to see a small 3 or 4-year-old child that far ahead of me in the dark. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I need to get my eyes checked. But
Well, the white shirt might catch your eye if it's dark.
Well, why didn't anybody else see it?
I don't know. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Right. So I watched the video, and during the small segment that I seen, there was at least 50, 60 cars that passed by. At
Okay.
least. So out of 50, 60 cars, only one person noticed this child.
Some supersonic vision.
Right. And then, so she's abducted, right? Cars left there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So the news is saying. So the police show up like 3 minutes after the call ended, right? And the car's running. Her smartwatch is inside. All of her belongings, except for her cell phone and her wig, which they found away from the car. Now, in this video that I'm telling you about that I watched, she got out of the car on the driver's side, walked around to the passenger side, opened the door, stood there for a while, then closed the door back. And then all of a sudden, she just disappears. You don't see anybody else come into the video or anything like that. It's just weird. So what are your thoughts on it?
That is unbelievable.
Keep in mind now, she shows up 2 days later at her parents' house, unscathed, no bruises, no scratches, no anything. Now, I don't know what world anybody else lives in, but if I'm being abducted, somebody's going to have to scratch the hell out of me or I'm scratching them. You know what I'm saying?
And her boyfriend put out the statement that she has went through 48 hours of mental and physical hell.
Battling for her life.
Battling for her life, yes.
Huh.
Well, there you go. Highlanders solved the problem. Aliens. Were they illegal aliens or aliens from like outer space?
Ooh, you can't say that.
Bullshit. Illegal aliens. That's what they are. An alien is something foreign.
Space Mexicans.
Yeah.
So, and I want both of y'all's opinion on this, right? So, and I don't know about y'all, but
that was good.
If you were, well, you are a female, Palmetto, and Sax, man, you're pretty close. So, I'm kidding.
Wow.
So, I wish Jay was on here. He could speculate too. But anyway, so I'm going to put myself in a woman's position, right, of the female persuasion. And no, I'm not re-identifying. So, if I'm abducted, taken against my will, and I somehow get freed, and I'm back home, I'm fucking telling on somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, I'm telling. I mean, it's out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be all over Facebook. I'm going to be all over the social media. Look, this such and such matching this description, throw me in the back of a fucking Fiat, drug my ass down the road, just whatever. It was probably a Prius.
I was going to say, I don't think they got her in a Fiat.
But, I mean, I don't know what kind of car it was. YouTube, I don't know. So, I seen the news release of her parents, and their statement is that she's been through a lot, and they don't want to be harassed. I mean, I don't know.
You know what I'm thinking? Josie. Smollett.
Oh, yeah. Kind of, yeah. I mean, yeah, my thoughts are, is she just whacked out in the head? Is she always tried to get attention? Yeah. Was there trouble with the boyfriend?
Speaking of Smollett, I seen a meme earlier that said even Juicy Smollett calls bullshit.
Facts. That's where my head is at on this one.
I mean, when they attacked her, did they say this is MAGA country? I don't know.
It's going to get blamed on white supremacy.
I'm sure.
I don't know. Okay, let's play the nice guys, which I'm not very good at it. So if I fuck this up, y'all bear with me. Okay, so they abducted her, maybe, right? And then they started seeing all the news coverage and maybe freaked out, right? And drove her all the way to her neighborhood and dropped her ass out.
I call bullshit.
Well, that's what the story says. Later, hillbilly. So yeah, I got kidnapped. By the way, if there's ever any child involved, if there's actually evidence that there's a child involved in some sort of, I'm not calling her a child, but it's said that there was a child on the side of the road, right, 3 or 4 years old. If there was ever a situation like that and it was a legitimate situation, everybody knows what an Amber Alert is, right? If you've got a cell phone, you know what an Amber Alert is.
Oh yeah,
Don't you think something would have been put out?
right.
Or, you hear about how people try, if they're trying to rob or abduct women, they use a child because a woman's more likely to stop. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Playing on the heartstrings, I get it.
And the heartstrings, which I probably keep rolling. Because every time I pass something like that where I'm like, man, you should stop, I ask the Lord to forgive me. I say, I'm a single parent. Lord, please forgive me. I don't want to die. Anyway, I don't stop for that shit. Just because
I don't stop, but I don't say what you say. I'm like, man, fuck them. They probably try to hurt my ass. I keep rolling, hit the next exit, roll into the fucking McDonald's.
I say, Lord, please forgive me, because everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got, but they have these, not scams, but that's what they do. They use children to abduct women because, like Vanguard said, it plays on a woman's heartstring. So, but I haven't watched the video that Mr. Vanguard has watched, so you're not seeing any of that. So for sure, 100%. I was 98% till I heard what Mr. Vanguard had to say. I'm 100%. This is BS.
So you can look it up on YouTube, everybody. Just look for Carlee Russell dispatch call. And what it is, they're playing the video of the road. You can see her car. They zoom in and everything. You can see it all. And then she just vanishes in the thin air. You don't see anybody else come into the picture. Nothing. She just poof, gone.
She might have rode down the hill into the ditch and went. I don't know what she did, but
so there's been speculation, and I repeat speculation, that she was having some issues at her work that were work related. It's also been said, and I'm not saying this is true, it has been rumored that there's surveillance of her going into a hotel room, renting a hotel room.
well, she might have needed some alone time.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course.
This is true. You always need some decompression time.
She needed to decompress.
But like I said, that's all rumored. There's no supporting facts of that. I mean, you know how the internet is. It's going to get all out of whack. So, I mean, I'll go back to my previous statement. If I got loose and got back home, I'm telling. A snitch. I'm going to be a snitch, motherfucker. Just saying.
And they would have had, if I don't even think she was abducted. I think that's totally off the table. But if somebody were to try to abduct me, they're gonna be kicked in the balls, and I'm gonna go for the eyeballs, and they're gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be hurt, and they're not gonna let me go. Well, they will after I shoot them, but
I mean, she went to the hospital afterwards, all that, and what I'm hearing and reading, and I read this on human trafficking website, the actual human trafficking website, and it also says on there that human traffickers do not use children.
Bullshit.
No, they don't use children as bait. They use money, halfway houses, things of that nature. And I mean, that's on the human trafficking website. So I did a little bit of study on it. So
I would concur with that as well.
what now?
I would concur with that as well.
Right. They usually try to get people that's down on their luck, something that they can.
The vulnerable.
Right. And they'll try to befriend them or something like that.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. It just seems weird. It seems like a weird situation that maybe an idea got thought about in the beginning, and then was like, well, fuck, this ain't going to work, So, I don't know.
That was not a well thought out plan.
No. Not at all.
It was an epic fail.
And I was kind of hoping that and I still got a little bit of hope that this is not bullshit, because it's actually a tragedy that there's a lot of people that get abducted every single day. There's a lot of people that have loved ones that are gone every single day. They lose their children, just all kinds of crazy shit. And we're in a fucked up world as it is. And the United States is dead in the middle of it, right? So if they're doing something like this, prison time should be in order.
Well, look at
Yeah.
Sound of Freedom. I mean, we're almost the ringleader of this bullshit.
Oh,
Sad,
yeah.
tragic, very tragic.
I mean, other countries don't play that shit. They locked up old girl for yelling in Dubai. Y'all see that?
No.
So this chick, they call her Sassy Trucker or something. She's got a YouTube or TikTok or some fucking shit. So she went to Dubai on vacation, right?
Okay.
And she rented a car, and then she wrecked said vehicle. All right. And the rental company had her belongings that was in the vehicle. And she goes there, and they were like, well, you got to pay this certain amount of money to get your shit back. So she starts raising hell. So in Dubai, it is against the law for a woman to raise their voice in public.
Thank goodness.
Ooh.
It's
Shut the hell up.
It's so they locked her up. She's currently locked up now.
As they should.
So, I mean, you break the laws in other countries. I mean, it's a different world. But here's the thing. We don't have any more national terrorists to trade. So, I don't know what they're going to do. We can't trade another dealer of death.
I'm thinking I would like to start a new career as a mercenary. Who's laughing?
Me. Just don't be like the U.S. soldier that ventured over into North Korea and got his ass locked up.
No, he willingly.
Yeah, willingly walked over.
He willingly walked over the DMZ. I've been there.
Did he think he was Trump?
He might have. Yeah. This is just a fun fact. The last person to willingly cross the DMZ was in 1962, and he died over there in 2016 or 2017, something like that.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
So you just went on over there and just hung out, huh?
Yes, he was living his best life, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of stupidity going on. I thought this Carlee Russell shit was just a little bit far-fetched.
Yeah, I don't even know where we're talking about it. To me, I'm just this total conspiracy theorist that, it all comes to fruition. But smoke and mirrors. Hey, let's all look over here while we're over here.
Yeah, well, I thought about things to cover tonight, and usually what I try to do is whatever's getting a lot of media attention, I like to come on here and call bullshit on it. So there was a great opportunity for that.
Absolutely.
True.
Fucking crazy. Anybody want to go to Dubai?
Hard
No,
pass.
it's too damn hot.
I'm not spending my money in a foreign country. Fuck them. I don't want to spend it at Amazon. I think I'm gonna spend it over there.
Well, you are spending it if you getting shit from Amazon.
I try not to order anything from Amazon at all.
You getting shit from Nicaragua and fucking Taiwan and Honduras.
Yep.
You can get some high quality shit from overseas. They got these weights that you can lift now, like dumbbells. You get them from China. They're like $8, and you got to fill them with your own concrete.
What?
Yeah, you got to put your own concrete in there, so it's just plastic holes, casings.
You know what? There are some people that bought those, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Dumbasses.
Let's go grab 2 of the $5 Lowe's buckets and fill them with sand, and boom,
Get to work.
you're in
Boom.
like Flint.
Jeez. All right. So we got people getting abducted, possibly going to war. What else can we talk about? What was yesterday's news? Fuck.
I'm trying to remember. There was saw a little blurb on the news today. It was about a trade deal between India and some other Middle Eastern country where, you know, how we've been talking about, you know, the dollar going away and stuff like that. But they had actually sealed the deal and said, okay, you're going to start using whatever, I think it might have been the Indian currency instead of, you know, trading in U.S. dollars.
Understandable. US dollar ain't worth shit.
Well, yeah, and it's if that keeps up between nations, it's going to start being less shit. So start buying things with rubles, and that'd be bad news. So then you'd have a 2-front war and a devalued dollar.
You know what that's going to lead to? Third world country.
Yeah, well,
We're well
you
on the
know,
way.
we lead countries in, you know, in doing that. I mean, when you import the third world, you become the third world. So
Highlander. Yep.
I did see some of that.
I did. Did you watch the whole thing though?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I got the shorts on it, you know. The little images.
So even though
Mike-
he says, Mike Pence is not the. I mean, he is what he is. But if you watch the whole thing, obviously he didn't say. He said that's not my concern, but that's not what he was talking about. Basically,
still has no hope.
oh no, he has
wasting
no
money.
hope. He's not going to get elected to anything now.
Never again. He might as well go write a book or something.
Yeah. He's done. He's viewed in the eyes of the conservative, you know, as a traitor.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, he was riding coattails for 4 years, and then when push comes to shove, no.
That bitch. Punk ass bitch.
Punk
He's a PAB.
fucking Pab.
He's a PAB.
Pab's Blue Ribbon.
He's just weird to me anyway. Mike Pence is just a weird fucking guy.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, you know, if you were to assemble the most generic person on the planet, or I guess the most generic American,
Yep.
you know, over 50, it would be Mike Pence.
Yep.
I mean,
For sure.
he is the gray man. You know, you didn't know who he was. Hell, even if you do know who he was, you stick him in a crowd of people. Okay, it's just a white guy with white hair.
Vanguard, did you see where I posted about them locking up the freezers in San Francisco?
Uh,
I posted it on Signal, and they in San Francisco, you know, some of these smaller chains, Walgreens, Dollar Store, et cetera, that have a freezer section now
oh yeah.
of frozen foods. They're under lock and chain in San Francisco because the theft is so high. I ain't never seen a freezer with the lock and chain like it's a bike that's locked up.
Like you can't go get your burgers or what?
That's
You can't
correct.
you can't go get any damn thing.
Can't go get your ribs?
You can't
Okay.
get anything in the freezer. San Francisco is a big fucking shithole. I mean, literally, metaphorically, literally, however you want to put that. I mean, there's shit that people shit on the sidewalk. It is shit. Oh, sad.
That's like, they're closing down the Walmarts in Chicago and all that. I seen shit come out there talking about, oh, that's racist to close them down and all that. No, quit fucking stealing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would
Period.
a store want to stay open if their damn profit margin is in the negative because you have more shit at your house than they have in the fucking store?
I tell you, I would hate, no, actually, I would like to see those regional Walmarts. I would love to see their P&L statement, their profits and loss statement. And Ozzy made a good point. The theft is out there. It's ridiculous. And the store owners, workers can't do anything about it. And we know the damn sure the police in Chicago ain't doing shit.
I seen a video. I don't know where it was. It was TJ Maxx was the store. So these two individuals, I won't express their geographics or anything, but so they had two arms full. Each one of them had two arms full of purses, right? And I'm not gonna call them high-end purses. I mean, we're talking about a fucking TJ Maxx. But so they had just their arms full of these things, right? And they go to run out the door, and what I call a good Samaritan starts to stop them, right? And then one of them fucked up and swung on this guy, and he just commenced to just bouncing this chick off the ground. I mean, it was funny as shit. But guess what? She didn't get the purses.
There you go.
She got bags. She got some bags, but they were under her eyes.
I mean, you need damn danger pay to work retail nowadays. Hazard pay.
Yeah, and I mean, I know people that work in retail and all, and they're actually instructed not to interfere. And see, people know
that could mean their life.
Or if they
get sued,
right, they get hurt, then the company's liable. So they'd rather you run out with a few $100s worth of shit rather than pay several $1,000s of medical bills.
Well, I'd rather be standing at the exit door with the Louisville Slugger than to take that loss.
Yep.
Until people start standing up, it's going to continue to happen.
Well, my thing is, if they're not going to stop somebody from fucking stealing, don't ask for my fucking receipt, okay?
Exactly.
Right. I'm walking out with my Dr. Pepper. They want my receipt. Okay,
yeah,
here you go.
I got a buggy full of shit. I just pay for my shit and Kawanda shit, so, I mean, don't ask for my fucking receipt. All my shit's in the buggy. I mean, I don't know. Crazy shit.
World's a damn shit show. Damn shit
Amen.
show. But these people, but these people that do this crazy shit, okay, it's like, why don't that shit ever happen where I'm at? I want to see these people, bring that shit to me.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Bring it to absentee. Bring it to Vanguard. Bring it to Saxman. Bring it to Hill. Why does nothing ever happen like this in my area?
Right.
Or I'm not saying it doesn't happen in my area, but
We never get to be around when it happens.
Fuck
yeah.
around and find out. That's why.
So what about the guy in New York trying to run off a carjacker? I haven't seen that. I try to watch as little news as possible.
I'm looking it up now. Uh, 6 days ago, livery driver stabbed in attempted robbery of FDR Drive in Manhattan. Is that it?
I mean, when somebody ain't getting carjacked in New York, that bitch needs to be walled off and carpet bombed too.
I don't know, but I'm waiting on a body cam to come to me, and it's not going to be on any internet. You won't be able to find it. Just don't ask me where I got it from. But anyway, so there was a situation, and it's not local to me, but it's pretty close enough that I know the officer.
Okay.
So they had a situation where they were trying to make an arrest on this guy, and he pulls out a damn pistol and shoots one of the officers in the neck. And the officer that I know pulls his gun and puts one to the chest, two to the head. I know that's a backwards hit call, right? So it'd be two to the chest, one to the head, but you know who's paying attention in a situation like that, right? So
My number messed up. The adrenaline was flowing.
I mean, he's on administrative leave, and I don't know if he's going to be reprimanded for this, but if he does, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but I mean, he defended his fellow officer.
So they would reprimand him for defending himself and the officer that was already shot.
Well, you gotta yeah.
I was the more you talk about it, depending on the location, depending on the city, yeah, I could see that happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Enough said.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those situations.
Right.
But needless to say, they will not be taking a statement from the suspect. Oh shit.
The world's a damn shit show. 360-degree shit show. Rampant, unchecked fucktardism everywhere you look.
Okay, so here's what it's saying. So a guy tried to run off a carjacker in New York, got shot by the carjacker, fought gun and shot the carjacker with his own gun and got charged for unlawful possession of a firearm. Wow.
In New York, yeah.
What did the carjacker get charged with?
So he took somebody's gun that was committing a felony, took their gun that was probably illegal that they shouldn't have had, shot him, and the Good Samaritan got charged with fucking unlawful possession of a firearm. Wow.
That's just like the subway.
Yeah, you're right. And I wonder if that's the same DA that, I don't know, saying corrupt DA is kind of an oxymoron, but I wonder if that's the same corrupt one that charged Trump over, nothing.
Alvin Bragg. DA Alvin Bragg. That fat piece of shit.
Hell yeah, we covered a lot of shit tonight. So, It's 11 past the hour. Been live for an hour, 16 minutes. Palmetto, really appreciate you coming on here tonight. It's good to
My
have,
pleasure.
it's good to have people on here. So, with that being said, I'm going to let you try to steal as much of Saxman's thunder as you can.
Too easy. Okay, y'all. I'm going to leave you with my usual. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And don't expect the armed forces to protect you.
Hell yeah.
You're up, Saxman.
She left you with all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I could stand in for tea, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Let's see. I will just say, yeah, don't trust your government. Question everything and everybody. And like Palmetto was saying, it's a shit show out there, and don't let it get you down.
Hell yeah.
Let it fuel your fire.
That's right.
I'm about to go to fucking nucleus. If I keep letting it fuel my fire, jeez. I get so annoyed with the human condition. It's just,
Amen.
it's amazing that I'm on here doing this because I've actually become an antisocial person. And it's not because good people, it's just simply because I don't want to fucking deal with idiots any longer. So, yeah. And it could have something to do with age. Very well.
Welcome to the club, sir.
Shit.
Good to have you.
I've hated people since my early 20s, so I don't know what I'm going to be like when I'm 60.
Get off my yard.
I imagine myself being like, Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
Get off my lawn.
It reminds me of this meme. Says, I'd like to say good morning to your punk ass, but I don't give a damn if your morning is good or not.
Oh, I know what movie you talking about. I've seen this movie. What was the name of it? It's an army movie. It's got Mel Gibson in it.
Oh, We Were Soldiers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, good morning. He said, how the fuck you know what kind of morning I'm having?
Right.
Well, see, I can't wait till I'm old because then I can just use it as excuse, right?
Yeah, they're just knock it off. He's old. Y'all leave him alone. He's old.
Who?
You can get away with shit when you're older, like an old man.
I get away with shit all the time.
You can be elected president.
We got
or another thing, when people tell you to have a good day, bitch, don't tell me what to do.
We've got a guy that works with us. If you walk up to him and say good morning, his reply is going to be, have I told you fuck you yet? That's his reply every single day. And nobody says shit to him either.
I like him.
I do too. He's cool as shit. But, hell yeah. So, anyway, Absentee will be back sometime in the near future. I don't know when. Next week, I will be out of town at the end of next week. So, I may get Absentee set up on how to work this shit. So he can do this. But either way.
Highlander will be 70 this Sunday.
Oh, we're close. We're close on birthdays. That is, not years. I'm in my prime. But anyway, so everybody be safe out there. Like I always say, spend time with your family. Take care of your family. Don't pull over on the side of the road for any toddlers.
Nope.
So if you're going to get abducted, don't come back 2 days later unscathed.
At least scratch yourself up or something.
Yeah, maybe run through a bush or something. I don't know.
Yeah, with thorns.
Yeah, put some grass on your jeans or whatever. Maybe pull one of your eyelashes off. Anyway. Y'all take care. Thank y'all for coming by. Sax Man, Palmetto, thank y'all for coming and joining in tonight. It was fun. We kind of got all over the place. So we kept the In the Weeds theme going, even with the absence of absentee. So anyway, y'all take care. Have a good night. We'll see y'all Thursday. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Night. Night.